3, 2, 1. This is Kojo Raps on TV. I'm here with the GWOAT, the GWOAT, Mrs. Clarissa Shields. How are you doing, miss?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Great to see you in London. Saw you a couple of weeks back in Vegas for Wilder versus Fury. But just tell me specifically what brought you to London and how long have you been here?
I'm here having my GWOAT camp. And you want me to hold this?
Oh, no, I'm good.
Okay. I'm here having my GWOAT camp. And basically a camp where I teach my boxing fundamentals, put them through, interval cardio workout session, and just teaching them how I became a champ by doing some of the things that I showed them today. We've had kids from the age of 7 and 8 to the age of 50 and 40 come to the class, which I've been so grateful for, and I had a great experience already. Today was day 3 of the GWOAT camp. Today we had 15 people. Yesterday we had 10. Before then we had 8. They say Friday we're supposed to have 30.
Wow, so that's the last day.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm having a really great time. And I really love teaching people. And this is my first GWOAT camp that I've had. I haven't had one in the U.S. yet.
Okay, oh wow.
So this is my first one.
This is breaking new ground in the UK.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then coming to London, I mean, what made you want to do it in London, I guess?
On my social media, you can look and see like where your fans are from and where they're from around. And I have 100,000 followers from the UK out of my 300,000 followers. Yeah. So I kind of feel like I was kind of starving them a little bit because I never come to the UK to do anything, so they can't get pictures, they can't get autographs, and I barely, bump into them at the fights. So I decided I wanted to come over here and have a camp and give those opportunity who wanted to meet and see me to come and train with me. Yeah,
good. And I mean, from that perspective, you've seen how the British fans are kind of crazy about boxing. They've been heavily engaged. Just before now, you just finished the class. Somebody asked if you'll come over to a fight. Do you have any plans this year to come and watch a fight? I mean, Joshua Pulev would be big, but do you have any plans to come to the UK and watch a fight? Soak up that energy?
I definitely want to soak in the O2 Arena energy because I've never been there. I just see it over TV, and I love how they just swing Sweet Caroline, and they're just some crazy fans. They're way different than American fans. Like, they'll sing songs in a crowd. Like, that's different. You're not going to have any American crowd doing that. I do plan to come over. I just don't know when. I don't know if I come to the Joshua fight or any other. I've been to a fight at the York Hall, but I want to experience the O2 Arena, so I'll pick a fight when I want to come.
Yeah, good. And obviously we're at Churchill's boxing gym. One of your former opponents, Hannah Rankin, trains out of here. Obviously you guys fought, I want to say late 2018, but you seem to be getting on really well now. How did that come about? And I mean, what's the relationship like?
Leading up to the fight, I don't like nobody. I don't like nobody who I'm fighting against. But after the fight, after our 10 rounds, it was nothing but respect. I actually like her as a person. She may have said, she can beat me and stuff. We were getting ready for the fight, but she's supposed to say that. She's supposed to feel that way. After the fight, it was nothing but genuine love. I told her, look, you're a great fighter. You have a lot of potential, and you may not have become a world champ tonight, but you will be a world champ in the future. And I was right, because she did become a world champ.
Exactly.
But she's helped me spar and get ready for some of my fights, and I'll come over here and help her spar and get ready for some of her fights. And we just not haters. Like we're two women who really wish each other well. So you don't really find that in women's boxing because there's always like some secret hateration going on. But me and Hannah get along just well. We fought. It was what it was. We're cool now. She's like my bestie. I hit her up online all the time.
I mean, obviously you're here in London. Was there any sparring going on this week?
I was gonna spar, but my upper trap had been bothering me from the long flight. It's like my trap is connected to my neck or something, so I have to keep stretching it out.
Daily massages.
And it's not as sore as it was when I first got here, because it was sore and it was aching. But now it's just sore. So it's getting better. But I was supposed to spar. A couple girls asked me to spar, and I was really looking forward to it, but I don't want to do it with my shoulder.
And any names you could reveal about the sparring?
Yes, Andy Ryan wanted to spar.
Nice.
Of course, Hannah Rankin. Sherelle Brown, she's a pro. And I even think Chantel Cameroon asked me to spar.
Oh, nice. That's kind of like the top level of female boxers in the UK. So, I mean, just on that point, since you've been here, how do you feel women's boxing has been, I guess, adopted by British boxing fans, or from what you've seen?
I feel like the British boxing fans are kind of a little bit behind America a little bit in how they support their women, because I've yet to see Katie Taylor fight the main event yet, and that's kind of disappointing for me because it's like she's fought on the undercard of Ryan Garcia, and he's not a bad fighter. Don't get me wrong, but he's not an Olympic champ, and she shouldn't have to fight on the undercard of him, no matter how many followers he got. I think he's a great fighter. He's up and coming, but Katie Taylor is a two-division world champ. She shouldn't be fighting on the undercard of Ryan Garcia,
that's fair.
or any fighter who doesn't have a world title. So the fact that she hasn't fought the main event yet kind of sometimes bothers me a little bit. But I heard she will be fighting main event soon. And I think the fight with her and Amanda Serrano.
Yeah, I was going to say, I heard that's going to be...
so that's what it needs to be.
And she was a co-main event in Manchester last year for a guy, Anthony Qualler, so she's getting there.
Yeah, she's getting there, but she's deserves it more than those guys. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I take you. I hear your point on that. So I just wanted to speak though. A couple of weeks ago, again, we were in Vegas. Wilder versus Fury, the US versus the Brit, rolling of the eyes. Just talk to me now. The dust has settled. Just talk to me about the performances of both fighters. Looking back,
Fury came and fixed a lot of his mistakes from the first fight. He came prepared. He came in shape, and I think Wilder just. To me, that was a drained Wilder. He was tired. He didn't look strong from the first round. He just looked very, very tired. And I know nobody wants to talk about it, but the knockdown in the first round was a shot behind the head. Not saying that Tyson Fury did it on purpose, but it is what it is. It was a shot behind the head, and Deontay Wilder was never able to recover from it.
Which is a fair point, and even Fury's team have acknowledged that it was a shot behind the head. But again, I guess they say this is boxing, right? So in terms,
but I'm just saying, like, if the ref would have been more attentive, I think the ref, as everyone else, were so into the fight. We were just watching the fight, but the ref has to remember you're in there to protect the fighter. So you could be watching, but you have to, he should have noticed, that shot was behind the head. Wilder may need more time to recover, or he may need something. But giving him an 8 count and then having him get up and having him fight again was like, look, he didn't have any balance. His leg and his ankle was all off balance. His legs he didn't have. He's dizzy, and I'm not saying that it was done intentional, but if you hit somebody low, no matter if it was done intentional or not, it's still a low blow, and you got to take the right precaution.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
That's all. But Fury, even after the knockdown, he was choking Deontay Wilder. He had him in a headlock some time. He had a great jab to the head and to the body for this fight. He threw uppercuts to the body, which he didn't do nobody work the first fight. And he set the pace. He set the tone. So regardless, unless he raced the first round, Tyson Fury fought a hell of a fight. And I can't wait to see the trilogy because I feel like Deontay Wilder has a lot to prove, and that was nowhere near the bronze bomber that I know.
I mean, you spoke about the legs, and a few people that I've spoken to have said, look, they just feel, they don't know if it's the costume, but they feel it wasn't the Deontay Wilder that they're used to seeing. So on that basis, what would you say Wilder needs to do to make the adjustments to get the victory in this third fight, if it's possible?
I think that the magnitude of the fight is what drained him. The magnitude of, constant interviews, constant media, having to face off with Tyson Fury, I don't know how many times. And sometimes doing all, having to travel, doing Super Bowl weekend down into Miami to do media, building up the fight to make sure that it sold tickets and that it, made history. That stuff can be draining sometimes. And you have to know as a fighter when it's time for you to back up. And I tell them the week of the fight, like, look, I'll do the open workout and I do the interviews there, but I'm not gonna do interviews every single day leading up to the fight. And I mean, they were doing interviews day before the weigh-in, day of the weigh-in, and the day of the fight. That's the only day that they get. But sometimes you can forget to eat, you can forget to train, you can forget to sleep sometimes doing all this stuff and just all the, it's just too much.
It's a process.
You gotta slow it down to where you can actually focus on the main thing, which is the fight. I think Deontay Wilder was drained from that, and also the suit. People may say, "Oh, he's complaining about the suit, blah blah blah," but they have to realize this is a 40-pound. It's like a 40-pound vest. His suit had lights on them. They're supposed to black it out, and lights are supposed to shoot up from his uniform. It didn't. But also, Deontay Wilder dressing room was in the basement of the T-Mobile. He had to walk up the stairs.
And
then he had to wait for Tyson Fury Free from Desire song and Crazy. Crazy. You know, so that whole thing, and that was about 10 minutes, and nobody knows how long he had the suit on before then. So you had to walk upstairs with the suit on, wait with the suit on for 10 more minutes, and even just putting it all on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's a process. So it's like, I don't think that the suit was the full reason, but I think it definitely has something to do with it because it's 40 pounds. If you walk around with a vest of 40 pounds on you, people think you're not gonna feel it. The main thing that's gonna feel it is your arms and your legs. And he didn't have neither. For the
and I think, and just on that point, I mean, again, you know, I'm not in the boxing, I'm not with Deontay in his camp, so we can't kind of discredit the reasonings that he gave. But what I would say to a lot of people is, everyone saw the Joe Rogan video where he said he trains with 45 pounds, and I said to people, training with a 45-pound vest is a lot different to wearing it just before you go and fight, because even if you're in an American footballer, you wouldn't wear these things what you do in training just before a fight. So I think they have to give him a little bit of benefit of doubt when it comes to that excuse. But from a fighter's perspective, would you have preferred Wilder to have just said, the better man won, I'm going to come back a better man in the rematch, and we'll go from there?
I mean, can he not say the better man won? I mean, isn't that evident?
Yeah.
He got knocked out. I mean, you don't...
Because he did say, oh, he didn't hurt me. I think that's why people are questioning.
I think Deontay Wilder also realizes that he said he didn't hurt him is because he's like, I was already defeated, if that makes sense. But Tyson Fury, like I said, the first shot landed behind the head. Yeah. And the other shots after that, where he landed, like I think he got a clean knockdown the third round, I believe. Which I'm like, whoa, that hit him right here, and he went down. Yeah, that was. But I just think Tyson Fury definitely hurt him. I don't know why Deontay Wilder said that. But I can just say he know it wasn't 100% himself, and that's why he's doing this quick rematch turnaround. Yeah. I mean,
what's your thoughts on that in terms of the time frame?
If Fury gets comfortable, Deontay Wilder will have his belts back. Okay. People will be upset that I said that, but when you're a fighter, fighters, if you did bad in the fight and if he came in there 100% and Fury did him like that, I can guarantee he would not be taking the fight right away. He'd be like, whoa, this guy beat me, I was 100%, and he just knocked me out. Yeah. Wilder know he was not 100%. Only he knows exactly what went wrong. He's gonna fix that. Yeah. And you're gonna have a fight like you did the first fight. But if Tyson Fury sleeps on Wilder because he knocked him out, Tyson Fury knows that he can definitely get caught, and Wilder will be back champion. Yeah. So I'm still rolling with Bomb Squad for the trilogy. Yeah. I like Tyson Fury. He got the best comeback story in boxing history. Yep. His pictures of him being how big he was and the suicidal thoughts and everything, the drinking and drugs, all that stuff, to see him come back and do what he did, it's great for him to change his life around. I love it, but I'm still Team Wilder. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. So I guess I'm going to move back to yourself and your career. We're having the Olympics in Tokyo this year. It's been nearly 4 years since you medaled in Rio. Knowing that within 10 fights you've unified a division, ultimate amount of belts, is this the vision that you had yourself, and did you believe you would get it as quickly as this? I knew I could, after winning 2 Olympic gold medals back to back, I knew I could turn pro and win world titles. I had my eye on Christina Hammer for a while, even in the amateurs. I already knew about her, and I just was like, if that's what they think the greatest female fighter of all time is, then they got it all wrong. So I turned pro and I had a few fights, and then I fought against Christina Hammer. I knew I would win world titles, but I thought it would be a challenge for me to fight on TV. I thought it would be a challenge for me to make them pay me my worth. That's what I thought it would be. It's still a challenge with the purse part, but I fought the main event a handful of times now on Showtime. I fought the co-main event on DAZN already. I fought the co-main event on HBO. Now I'm just trying to figure out a way how I can get PBC to get a woman on a card. Of course I want it to be myself, but I need them to at least start backing women fighters, because they're the only promotion that's not right now. The only TV network that doesn't have a woman fighter on there is PBC. Everybody else is getting along pretty real. ESPN only has one fighter, which is Michaela Mayer. DAZN has a handful of fighters. Showtime has me and a few other girls. Is it me and a few other girls? Or is it just me? I feel like it's me and a couple other girls. girls.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, but I know in the UK, Sky Sports have got quite a few. There was a fight announced today, Harper versus Jonas.
BBC had 0.
Yeah.
Which they need to get it together.
Yeah, oh, that's my light. Okay, that's cool. So just wanted to speak to you about, actually it was a tweet you spoke about. I saw it yesterday, and you mentioned haters just now, and you said essentially it was like, if someone isn't doing what they're supposed to do, it could be down to them hating on someone else's success in the past.
Yeah.
Can you just expand on that? What made you say that? What made that come to light?
You know, I just see people, I was thinking like, people who are supposed to be doing well. For instance, Raquel Miller. Just throw her name out there.
Yeah.
She's a good fighter.
Yeah.
Why isn't she where she needs to be in her career? Why hasn't she fought on TV?
Yeah.
How come hasn't she got a world title shot? She's too busy hating on me. She's too busy wishing, oh, I wish I was Clarissa and I'm better and this should have been me and that should have been me. When it's like, nah. When it's my time, it's my time.
Yeah.
And it's my time, but she's so focused on me, focused on spitting bad stuff about me, lying on me, spreading rumors. She can't even focus on her own career and make the right turns to get to where she want to go because she's too busy being a hater, too busy trying to troll me. Like, she's mad that I blocked her on social media. I don't have to respond to you.
Yes.
I'm a 3-time division world champion, 9-time world champ, and I offered you to fight twice. But now the story is, I'm afraid to fight her. Why?
Yeah, I think that's a fair statement. When you look at your record and since you've been in the game, who would you not want to face? I'm sure even Savannah Marshall. I know that was a loss in amateurs. If the opportunity came up, you would fight her again, right?
Absolutely. I've actually, me and my team reached out to her team last year. They're like, oh, Hannah's not. I mean, not Hannah, but Savannah's not going to fight you till she has 16 fights and has a world title herself and all this stuff. And it was like, psh. The girl got 5 fights right now. You want us to wait till she get 11 fights? She been pro 3 years, only got 5 fights. You want to wait till she get 11? Yeah. But I'd be like, you know what? It is what it is. Yeah. You know, I just know that she knows me and her were face to face, and she said she reckons that she'll beat me again. And I stopped the interview and looked at her, and I said, no, you won't. You know you won't beat me again. Yeah. And that is the truth. You know you won't beat me again. You just saying that for show, but I can see she got totally uncomfortable. She got so used to saying it on camera when I'm not around and nobody checks her on it. But when I'm right there, I'm gonna let you know. No, you can't. Yeah.
I've got to say, I love that energy from you. Even we met last year at the Boxing Writers Association Award, and you were getting a lot of respect. And I think I said something at the time, and you checked me, and I was like, okay, yeah, Clarissa doesn't play.
What happened?
I said, I love your arrogance, and you said, no, I'm not arrogant. I'm confident in the self-belief, and I like that because it was a wordplay, you know. Yeah,
you know, I think people get it wrong with being. Yes. People don't know what humble means. Yeah. And that's what I like. People say that I'm not humble when I'm probably the most. I'm one of the humble champions in boxing, and I say that because of my actions. Now, what I do inside the ring and how I carry myself, and when I talk trash, that had nothing to do with being humble. Not being humble is when you do all this trash talking, but you don't even train. To me, a person who's arrogant is Adrien Broner.
Yeah, fair enough.
And that's the difference. Adrien Broner, he'll talk a good game. He'll talk about you, blaze on you, do everything, and say he's the best fighter in the world. He's one of them, but he never performs. Which I wish he would perform because he has talent, but he doesn't perform. Me, I'm actually one of the people who I speak to my fans. I take pictures of my fans.
I mean, you're doing camps with them? I mean,
I do. I'm doing this Globe camp.
Yeah.
I'm interacting with the fans online. I also too train very, very hard for all my opponents, and that's me showing my respect for them. If I was to just get in the ring with the girl like, I ain't even got trained for you, you suck. That's being cocky. That's being arrogant. Yeah. But all my success comes from God. And that's the thing. I know it's way bigger than me. It don't have nothing to do with just me. Yeah. God got me here, and God continues to keep me here. Yeah. I do my part. I train. I work out. I pray. I run. But God overall is the decision maker. He opens up these doors and these opportunities. All I do is be ready for the opportunity. Yeah. Whenever they say, hey. When Layla Ali was talking all that crap, all I did was say, come on, you want to fight? Let's go. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Because God has blessed me already. He's already told me no matter who you get in the ring with, you're gonna beat them.
Yeah.
He's told me that already.
Well, I mean,
So now that that's already told to me, I don't underestimate nobody. I still get in the ring and train. But they have to understand, it's my relationship with God that keeps me humble. It's not even about being nice to fans. I know that it's not me doing all that I'm doing, even though it's Clarissa Shields' name on it.
Yeah.
I always let everybody know, God, I'm thankful to God for putting me in this situation, for him blessing me with the gift that I have, the gift to box like Sugar Ray Leonard, you know, the gift to, sometimes people try to compare me to Deontay Wilder and Mike Tyson.
Obviously, even the Triple G, when you walk people down, and not in a disrespect, but like you walk fighters down and just take them out.
I know how to fight,
Yeah.
and that's God bless me. God bless me, because sometimes even when I'm watching footage, I'm like, man, that's crazy. I can't believe I'm in a movie like that. It's crazy to me. It's amazing to me.
Yeah. And I just want you mentioned Layla Ali. Now I don't know how serious that is, but I did want to ask you about women's boxing, and who do you feel would pose your toughest challenge, whether they're a professional now or somebody that's potentially coming through the amateurs, and not necessarily beat you, but just the toughest challenge?
I can't even say the toughest challenge. I just know that I get prepared for everybody to make it to where it's not tough. The day that I have a tough fight is the day that I don't train, or the day that I do something incorrectly. And now I'm at a point in my life where really I do everything correctly.
Yeah.
I don't eat meat, vegetables, a gallon of water a day. I'm running. I have a strength and conditioning coach. I have a nutrition team. I have a great coach. I'm constantly learning about boxing, constantly fixing my game, constantly adding more stuff to the toolbox. So I don't think I'll ever have a tough fight, and if I do, she a bad girl. I tell you that.
No, and that's fair enough. So last question. You're the GWO, and we've also got the TBE in town. So it's two of you in town at the same time, Mr. Mayweather. I guess there's a little bit of similarities in terms of ability, confidence, and performing in the ring. Are you going to meet up with him later on today and kind of just have a chat and just talk about your journey?
For sure. I'll meet up with Floyd later on today. Well, one, we have a lot of similarities. One, we both went to the Olympics. I got gold, he got bronze. We're both from Michigan.
I was going to say,
I'm from Flint, Michigan. He's from Grand Rapids.
Yep.
We're both undefeated, both world champions. And we both have that confidence that people call arrogance about us. You know, we both believe that he believes he's the best ever, and I believe I'm the greatest woman of all time. And you know what? Whenever he see me, he give me that respect. No matter where we're at, his security guards, he always have one of them tap me, and they come over and tap me. I look at him, and he say, "Hey Clarissa, how you doing? I'm proud of everything you're doing. Keep it up."
Oh, that's good.
So that's, to me, like I said, more than anything in boxing, I get that respect from male fighters that I'm a real fighter. I'm not just looked at as, black girl with a nice weave and a big butt. You know what I'm saying? It's like they look at me like, yo, Clarissa, a fighter. I better watch what I say around her, or she may
put hands on.
and I like that respect. I want to be respect how Ann Wolf was. Ann Wolf was somebody you wouldn't even want to look at her the wrong way, because she'd be like, what you looking at?
Whether they were 6'5" or 5'5", she was knocking them out. So.
Yeah, Ann Wolf was a beast. That was one of the fighters who I actually watched growing up, and just seeing her work ethic. I was like, she's chasing down a truck that got a bag on it. She's freaking breaking bricks. She's chopping down trees. See that kind of work from a woman? Oh man, it was insanity.
I mean, even the work she did with James Kirkland, I felt personally, once she left his corner, he wasn't necessarily the same type of fighter.
Yeah, I think that these coaches sometimes they want to be the boxer's best friend. It's like, look, you can be the friend, but there are times where you have to be their enemy. And I tell Coach John, like the last 2 weeks of camp, I really don't want to get up and train. I really don't want to come to the gym. But I always tell Coach John, like, hey, it's getting close to that time, so I'm gonna need a little bit more. Because I'm usually self-motivated, but I'm gonna need a little bit of motivation from you. And he like, what you need? I'm like, don't let me skip out on the gym, unless I tell you it's something serious. But I'll come up with anything. Oh, Coach John, my head hurt. Coach John, my leg. Coach John, my foot. He'd be like, yeah, see you at the gym.
was gonna say I don't think he's buying it, but you know what? That is good to hear, and I will end it on this. But that's good to hear because I think obviously you're seen as somebody that's very successful in the sport, amateur and of course professional. To know that even you have days where I don't want to say you can't be bothered, but you need the motivation. I think that's important for a lot of people that are going to be watching this video to know that a great champion like yourself also needs motivation to get through their tough times.
Yeah, all the time. I mean, Tevin Farmer, me and him like this, and I would DM him on Instagram like, "Hey, bro, when you run, take a video." Yeah. And I remember he asked me why. I said, "Cause I need some motivation, man. I don't feel like doing this today." Yeah. I hit up Tevin Farmer. I hit up Shakur. Nice. I'm like, "Hey, when y'all run, man, just do a little video or something, you know." And when I see them hold up the phone, they running. Yeah. It's like, man, get up, go run. Quit being lazy, go run, and it motivates me. Yeah.
And I'm just gonna ask you, and this is more. I'm aware of the situation that happened in Flint, Michigan, a couple of years back with the water. What's the current status with that? Because we don't seem to hear much about it at the moment.
The pipes are slowly getting fixed. Yeah. But people are still using bottled water and boiling water right now. But if anybody wants to send cases of water to Flint, still possible. If you want to give money to the people that's fixing the pipes, that's also possible. I don't know what the fund is, but they're trying to fix them.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, yeah, if you can share anything on social media, we'll be happy to share that on our platforms as well. But to the people of Flint, wishing them all the best. So listen, Clarissa, thank you very much for your time. Good to see you in London. I'm sure if I don't see you in London again, I'll probably see you over in the States at another fight. But thank you very much. Appreciate your time.
No problem.
Cheers. Take care. Cheers.